Welcome everyone to Namaskara. Welcome to Mind Rocks here at Presidency University in Bengaluru, where we are joined by a very special guest. Please give a rousing welcome to our Minister here in Karnataka, Priyank Kharge, Cabinet Minister for Electronics, IT/BT, Rural Development and Panchayati Raj. Thank you very much, Mr. Kharge, for joining us here. I must ask you, when you're before a young audience like this, the first question I ask a lot of politicians is that one of the biggest challenges for any government in any part of the country is employment for the young. This is a young audience who probably wants to know what are the opportunities that lie ahead for them in a state like Karnataka, given that Karnataka also, like many states, has a high rate of youth unemployment. So how do you tackle this problem of youth unemployment is what I want to start off with, sir.
Thank you so much for having me over. And I think that's a question which I get asked very often as a Minister for Information Technology, Electronics and Biotechnology. But while other states are positioning themselves as a investment destination, Karnataka has taken a different view about it. We are positioning ourselves as a state for knowledge, a state for skill. So we are building a solid foundation for education and employable skill sets. So we are the first state in the country to set up an advisory council in emerging technologies. We are talking to the industry directly to figure out where each vertical or each sector is headed for the next 2 decades. We are taking the skill sets that they will be needing, and we are taking their curriculum and training the youth today. So we are having this bridge of between academia, industry and the government. And for the first time, government has also allowed, besides using their own funds, we are also using CSR and their corporate development fund to ensure that we have the most employable human resource, not only for the state, not only for the nation, but for the world. So skill locally, work globally is the mantra for us, and we are doing extremely well in that.
Just repeat that mantra again.
Skill locally, work globally.
Skill locally, work globally, you're saying, Mr. Minister. But for the first 20 years of this century, Karnataka dominated, particularly Bengaluru dominated the IT sector. In the last few years, we've seen a city like Hyderabad catch up. In fact, Hyderabad has now put up, which is also a Congress-run government, incidentally, so it's not political, but Hyderabad has put up advertisements suggesting that they have got the maximum number of jobs in the IT sector, or created the maximum number of jobs in the last couple of years. Has Hyderabad somewhere in recent times caught up and even gone ahead of Bengaluru, because infrastructure in Bengaluru has become a big challenge?
I get this question also a lot. But if you look at the data, in IT services, IT service exports, they are over $200 billion behind us. They are growing at a rate of 29%, if I am not wrong, and we are growing at 27%. In global capability centers, we are number one. We have the highest number of incubators. We have over 15,000 startups registered with the government of Karnataka. We have the highest number of women-led startups. The B2B funding last year for Karnataka was close to around $50 billion, and the next closest competitor got close to around $13.5 billion. That is Delhi, not Hyderabad.
But there is healthy competition. I mean,
Absolutely,
what's wrong?
we love competition.
Are you ready for healthy competition today between a Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Pune, different parts of the country, to perhaps see that the IT boom in a way is not just Bengaluru centric anymore?
Absolutely. I mean, we love competition. It keeps us on our toes. It makes us think out of the box. I mean, like I said, just take a look at the data. We have 45 unicorns coming in from Karnataka. and 38% of the soon-to-be unicorns are from Karnataka. We have the highest venture funding for B2C as well, B2B as well. We contribute 21% of the national bioeconomy is contributed by Karnataka. We are number one in aerospace and defense at 65%. We contribute 10% of national electronics manufacturing. So name the sector and we are way, way ahead of our closest competitor.
Okay, this is a young audience and I'm going to ask a question to the audience and then come to you, Priyank. How many of you are not locals from Karnataka, have come from different parts of the country?
There you go.
Okay, so that's about 50% at least here are not from Karnataka, which brings me to my question. On July 15th, your cabinet cleared a bill that called for 50% of management jobs and 70% of non-management jobs to be reserved for local Kannadigas. What will you tell those who are not from Karnataka? They are also Indian citizens. They also want jobs in Karnataka.
Well, this is what we are talking about. Look how good the ecosystem of Karnataka is. All of them are coming here to learn
Yes.
and get employed. And we are welcoming them. And we are helping them not only be employable, but also providing them with employment. We are not saying that they should not be here. We are very clear as a government. My job is to ensure that the people of Karnataka are the most employable. And in this process, the entire whoever comes into the ecosystem are also employable. It's
Now,
not
when
that
you say people of Karnataka, are you saying very clearly that preference is given to Kannadigas? Is that what you're...
If you see the data again, most of them are Kannadigas already. The bill that you were speaking about was brought in by the Department of Labor. And they were talking more to do with industries rather than technology clusters. So anyway, that is now under
You've kept it on hold.
No, they have to. There was no interministerial consultation with that. But having said that, like you rightly said, as we follow the constitution, everybody has the right to live and work anywhere. But as the government of Karnataka and the Minister of Karnataka, it's my job to ensure I create as much employment as possible for our people. And we have created these industries, we have created this ecosystem for the nation. We are one of the few states which are propelling India's economy. And
So-
the collateral benefit is reaped in by every Indian. There's
So
nothing wrong
you're
with it.
telling all the young boys and girls who come from a Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, any other part, welcome to Bengaluru. We will make you employable. We will give you skill sets. We will not treat you differently to local Kannadigas. Are you giving them that promise?
Sir, सब लोग बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर के बच्चे हैं. They can be anywhere in the country.
सब लोग
But-
बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर के बच्चे हैं.
Yes, वो भी है, मैं भी हूँ. And the end of the day, if they are coming from Kashmir or Gujarat or Assam to Karnataka, it speaks volumes how progressive our government is. It speaks volumes on how good the ecosystem of learning and employment is. It speaks volumes on how good our investment is.
No, I take that point. I mean, it is good that a state is welcoming for people to come to have education. But then when it comes to employment, suddenly you all put in rules. Not just Karnataka, I find more and more states are inward looking. Is that politics or is that economics? Is Priyank Kharge playing politics when he pushes a bill like this or says that, because your cabinet also cleared another bill, 100% quota for Kannadigas in Group C and Group D jobs. I'm just saying, is that the pressure of politics that people need to understand? You're a Karnataka minister, you will give preference to Kannadigas.
See, this is just not a problem with our state or something. Andhra Pradesh had passed a bill similar like this. Tamil Nadu has it. Maharashtra tried it. Everything is, Haryana tried it. Everything is under judicial scrutiny. Having said that, already C and D group are already 100% over there. In fact, we had a survey where up to 80% of even Group A are localites. But having said that, again, I would like to reiterate the point that as a minister for Karnataka, it is my job to ensure that I provide the best employable skills for skill sets for my people. The schemes are meant for the government schemes, the state government schemes are meant for our people, and we will ensure that more than a reservation, they deserve better skills, and we will ensure that we provide an environment to make our people more employable. Like I said earlier, skill locally, work globally. I cannot tell our people not to go to Chicago and work. I cannot tell my people not to go to Singapore and work. But I'm going to ensure that the people who are learning in Karnataka, who are from Karnataka, are the most employable human resource in the world.
Because as you mentioned Baba Sahib Ambedkar. Ambedkar did not make a distinction in the constitution on the basis of region. He didn't say there has to be reservation for a particular region. So to that extent, Ambedkar saw everyone as he had reservations. Reservations were also supposed to be for a finite period of time for those who are the victims of social injustice over the years. He did not say that Karnataka will have only reservation for Kannadigas or Maharashtra will have for Maharashtrians. To that extent, you have slightly departed from Dr. Ambedkar when you pushed this bill.
Absolutely not. I wouldn't say that. As a state government, we have this thing. See, as a reservation, like you rightly said, is for the economically weaker sections, for the socially deprived sections, yes. In the private sector also, if you want to bring it, we are okay with that. Let the government of India decide what it wants to do. As a state government, there are my limitations which I have to work around with. There's a limited budget, there's a limited policy navigation I can do in a federal structure, and we're just doing that. Like I said again, we are not distinguishing between anybody.
Reservations are here in perpetuity, that no one can touch reservations, that even the private sector, even IT and BT companies should have reservations, or are you very clear that should be purely on what is to be seen as merit?
Well, see, the reservation thing which you said, the cauldron which you said should have been finite, was with hope that the society would realize the banes of it. And there would be Prabudh Bharat someday, not just a Samruddh Bharat, but that Prabudh Bharat is still a work in progress. And that's why it's been 75 years. And even now you see what is happening. I mean, you understand India more than me. And you see how the socially disempowered are treated. So the idea is to get them the economic empowerment, the social empowerment. And whatever it takes to do that, we should do it.
One of the challenges, Mr. Minister, is to skill people. It's one thing to give them a good education, and certainly Karnataka has been on education ahead of the curve when it comes to information technology. But what about the skill sets to make them competitive? People are looking for the best possible skill sets. You've got a program, Nipuna Karnataka. Is that going to become a basis for a skilling of people? People need the top skills to compete globally, as you said. How effective is that going to be?
Well, the scheme that you just mentioned is a new scheme, Nipuna Karnataka. Nipuna means highly effective, highly skilled, precision skilled people. And this is different from other programs because we are directly engaging with the corporates and with the industry vertical. We are going to the most minute detail. So if a company wants digital forensic experts, we train them in digital forensic curriculum. If they want data scientists, we do that. If somebody wants people trained in quantum computing, we help them with that. So it's just not about getting skill sets in packaging or in menial jobs, but also skill sets to the highest level. And this is happening with not only with industries. We have we have got a tie-up with around 31 countries called the Global Innovation Alliance with my department. So we are doing skill corridors. So we are one of the top 5 artificial intelligence cities in the world. So we are AI skilling is a huge thing. So we have tied up with we are tying up with San Francisco for that. We are tying up with incubation. We are tying up with San Francisco with that. We are tying up with incubation centers across the globe. We are talking with Dusseldorf. We are talking with Australia for skill corridors. So it is we skill them in Bangalore, but they can work anywhere.
The reason I ask, and there are two questions. One, you mentioned artificial intelligence. Many believe that you will have to create that large corpus of people who are trained in artificial intelligence. The fear, of course, is artificial intelligence could result in a loss of jobs. Does that worry you? Do you believe that you could have a situation where actually jobs will become scarce because of the focus on artificial intelligence? Is that a worry? That's question number one.
Whenever there is a new technology that comes in and catches the imagination of people, there is always a knee-jerk reaction of loss of jobs. This happened during the Industrial Revolution. This happened during the early 2000s as well. But more jobs are being created in newer sectors. I mean, just look at a few years back. If somebody would be doing animation, they would wonder why he's doing animation. But now animation is a degree. How many people knew about all these
So would you encourage the young move into those areas? Would you encourage, as an IT/BT minister, encourage the young audience here? Look at animation, look at artificial intelligence.
I'm suggesting they look at anything that is in emerging technologies, whether it's in IT, BT, manufacturing, industrial processing, Industry 4.0, cyber security. This is where the next jobs are going to be created. The gap between academia and industry is going to be filled by programs like Nipuna.
You keep mentioning Bengaluru, or maybe I kept mentioning Bengaluru, and you are a large state of Karnataka. One of the concerns is there is so much of focus on Bengaluru. The city itself is exploding. How are you going to spread and evangelize what you are saying to other parts of Karnataka? You need to somewhere spread these skills, these employable qualities to other cities, other towns of Karnataka. Would you concede that that's a big challenge for you going ahead?
Absolutely. I mean, we are not concentrating only in Bengaluru. Of course, Bengaluru is the anchor. It's the pride. When we go pitching for investments across the globe, people recognize Bengaluru. Bengaluru is the anchor. And from Bengaluru, we have blossomed across the state. You'll be quite surprised. Mysuru IT exports is close to around 3,000 crores. Mangaluru IT exports is close to around 2,000 odd crores. We have the Mysuru cluster has close to around 450 startups registered with us. We have in the Mangaluru, in the Hubli, Dharwad, Belgavi clusters, we have close to around 460 startups. And in your Mangaluru coastal belt, we have close to around 300 startups. And we have funded close to around 983 startups so far from the government of Karnataka, out of which 38% of them are from Tier 2 and Tier 1 cities. So even our electronic manufacturing clusters, the 4 clusters that we speak about, only one is just outside Bengaluru and the rest of them are beyond Bengaluru itself. So we are encouraging people to invest in Belgavi, Kalburgi, your Mysuru, Mangaluru. So this is where it is all. And we are having sector-specific focus here. So Mangaluru has a fintech focus. Mysuru has a global capabilities plug-and-play focus. So we are moving, and the numbers speak for themselves.
I know this is strictly not within your domain as minister, but I'm told that your government is finally trying to resolve Bengaluru's traffic challenge also by using AI. You have some traffic lights that are now coming up through AI, I'm told, which everyone is excited about, because finally we want Bengaluru's traffic is your biggest challenge. Everyone who comes to Bengaluru says, lovely weather, terrible traffic.
Well, the flip side of the AI is also people are getting a lot of challans through the traffic light cameras. But yes, whether it's Bengaluru or any other city that is growing, these challenges are always consistent. You cannot say that you cannot wish them away, because we are growing so rapidly. Like you pointed out earlier, the migration to the city is huge. And policies are always playing catch up. I was in Delhi day before yesterday for the Semiconductor India. I was wading through 3 feet of water. It took me close to what was a 45-minute drive. Took me close to around 2.5 hours. But unfortunately, nobody complained there. Only when it comes to Bangalore, people are a little vocal, because we are a government that is listening. And we are a government that is willing to listen, learn, adapt, and take corrective measures.
Okay, I don't want to create a Bengaluru versus Delhi debate.
No, I can take up even Bengaluru versus Hyderabad, Bengaluru versus Chennai, Bengaluru versus Mumbai as well.
on traffic.
On traffic, on infrastructure, on human resource, on government policies.
Okay. Priyank Kharge, you've also been as IT minister very tough on anyone who spreads fake news. Your government is, the BJP says you file FIRs against their IT cell. You want to arrest Amit Malviya. You put up FIRs against him for fake news. Is this a personal battle, or do you believe that this whole issue of fake news needs to be tackled in a serious manner with an architecture created to ensure that fake news cannot spread?
So, can I?
Be direct. You're before a young audience. Be honest.
No, I am always honest and direct. Well, if you expect to put up fake news and misinformation and get away with it, it is not going to happen in Karnataka. You do anything else wherever you want. But here, you cannot, misinformation, malinformation, disinformation, and fake news will not work here. If you see, the quantum of fake news that is coming up in Karnataka is drastically reduced. And we are not doing anything that is subverting democracy. We are not doing anything that is subverting the freedom of speech. We are merely following the laws of the land. And, okay, forget me as an IT minister who is saying, the Supreme Court, the CJI, has said that fake news is the biggest threat to democracy. The Chief Election Commission, during his press briefing during the parliament election, said that 3 M's, money, muscle and misinformation, is the biggest threat to democracy. Modi ji himself comes out and says misinformation should be curbed. So, and we are just doing our job. And for doing my job, why is the BJP so इतना घबरा क्यों रहे हैं?
नहीं, इतना घबरा रहे हैं क्योंकि वो कह रहे हैं कि if a Congress person spread misinformation, will you throw him in jail? If a BJP person throws misinformation, you put an FIR. Tomorrow, if a Congress person also spread misinformation, will you put them in jail?
Absolutely. Show me one misinformation that any congressman has actually done. These people run factories. These people run factories of misinformation, fake news, and then they expect to get away. After maligning governments, maligning individuals, maligning government policies, you criticize us. You critically come up to us and criticize the government, critically pull us up with respect to any policies. We are okay with that. But
okay.
If you are going to spread fake news, I'm sorry. This
Okay,
is not the place.
Is it fake news, Mr. Minister, that there may be a chief ministerial change in Karnataka?
Absolutely.
You see, all the flashes in Delhi are Siddaramaiah Sarkara. Is Siddaramaiah ji going to remain chief minister? Is Priyank Kharge wanting to become chief minister? Is DK Shivkumar wanting to be chief minister? Your party seems to have a lot of chief ministerial candidates. Is there any possibility of a chief ministerial
I
change?
think this is a question I'll have to ask you back, because these are things that you should not be done for TRPs. This is definitely not.
No, you're saying no question of any change in chief minister.
Absolutely.
Because there is this whole, ever since this so-called Muda scam, Mysore Urban Development Authority scam has come and Mr. Siddaramaiah's name has come up. A governor has given sanction for prosecution. I know that the matter is in court. But is the Congress now thinking about a change in leadership?
Absolutely not. The entire cabinet, the entire Congress legislative party is behind Siddaramaiah ji. These rumors come up from, I don't know where they crop up.
So they come up from your own party. Your own party people are your worst enemies sometimes.
I can understand if somebody from the party is saying it. Show me one person in the party who said this. Show me one MLA, one MLC, one cabinet minister who said this. Nobody has said it. बीजेपी वाले बोल रहे हैं, बीजेपी का बात सुनते हैं आप, हमारी बात नहीं सुनते आप. Okay. And more importantly, just look at this entire way the thing has played out. Because you said so-called Muda scam. Just have a look at that, how the governor is being misused here in Karnataka. This is a standard operating procedure of the BJP. Look at it in Delhi, look at it in Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Karnataka. Wherever the BJP is weak, they use CBI, IT, ED. If that doesn't work, they use the governor's office. And this is what is happening in Karnataka.
So you're saying the governor's office is being misused?
Absolutely. Not only the office, the governor also.
Okay, that's a very serious charge you are making that the governor and the governor's office is being misused in the Siddaramaiah case. But दाल में कुछ तो काला होगा या पूरी दाल काली है. That every time I come to Karnataka, whether it's the BJP government or Congress government, I hear about corruption. Just as you have lovely weather, you also seem to have corruption in the air.
Again, I would like to ask, show me one case where where the BJP is actually done. It's all hit and run. We have given we have set up commissions. We have set up committees headed by judges. If there is anything that the BJP has, they can go and give it to the commissions. Why they have not given? Instead of going and giving a document, a hard evidence to these commissions, they come and sit in the press without any document.
Okay.
So what is the point of coming to the press and talking instead of going to the commission and giving document, submit it to court as if we are running away from a legal battle?
I must ask you this, Priyank Kharge. Your father is the Congress president, Mallikarjun Kharge. And I don't know how many of this young audience knows the story of Mallikarjun Kharge. Mallikarjun Kharge's father used to work as a laborer. Correct me if I'm wrong. In a textile factory or in a factory. Mallikarjun Kharge, through sheer effort, came up from a small Dalit home and eventually has become the president of the Congress party. It's a great story, sir, your father's story, from where he came and his life struggle. Would you concede it's much easier for you? Somewhere I'm saying children of famous family surnames find it easier than your father. Your father is the real person who worked hard. Priyank Kharge benefits from the Kharge surname.
Absolutely, I would not deny that. I mean, the struggles of my grandfather was different, the struggles of my father are different, and my struggles are different. Conveniently, sometimes what happens is that the people tend to forget that even I have put in 20-25 years already. And we get elected, not selected. I'm not coming through back door through a nomination. I am standing for an election. I lost my first election. I lost an organizational election. I have come through the students' union. Somehow that gets diluted, and quite naturally so. And what is interesting is these questions are usually asked only for Congress people, not for BJP people. When Jay Shah, who has not held a bat in his life, can become BCCI chairman, Priyank Kharge cannot become an MLA, Priyank Kharge cannot become minister, Vijayendra with no qualification becomes the BJP president. This is not me speaking, this is BJP people speaking. That is okay. Anurag Thakurji, who is now a minister, he's played Ranji, you follow Ranji so well, he played Ranji match, only one Ranji match, only one inning. And then he became the Himachal Pradesh cricket
captain,
association president.
Yes. He was also the captain in that one match, scored 0.
One match, 7 balls, 0 runs, but captain बन जाते हैं. उसको नहीं पूछते आप.
उसको भी पूछेंगे सर.
अरे मैंने तो कभी सुना नहीं भाई.
नहीं
मेरा एक ही है. मैंने 4 इलेक्शन लड़ा है. 2 चुनाव ऑर्गेनाइजेशन यूथ कांग्रेस से चुन के आया हूं. फिर भी हमको ये क्वेश्चन है, बीजेपी को क्वेश्चन नहीं आता है, जेडीएस को नहीं आता है, आप में नहीं होता है ये सब.
The reason I'm asking, in Karnataka in particular, I see lots of sons and daughters, son-in-laws, daughter-in-laws, daughters, everyone getting, becoming MLAs, MPs, all in the family. Lots of young people may want to join politics. Can they join politics today and succeed even if they don't have a family surname?
They should. In fact, there are a lot of success stories. You look at...
will you encourage this young audience to join? But will they be able to do it? Because already all of you have filled up all the positions. How can a young person come in?
Mentorship is required in any field, whether it is media or whether it is politics. Just follow the right people, or automatically they will be able to this thing. Follow the right ideology, follow the right party, follow the right people. Why will they not be encouraged, sir? There are so many people in our party who have come from Gram Panchayat and are today in the cabinet. Whether it is Siddaramaiah Saab, whether it is DK Shivkumar Saab, both of them have come from the Mandal level.
Okay. I want you to give one, therefore, final message. Mind rocks. The young, if you were to give them one recipe for success in life, what is your life mantra that you would give this young audience if they want to succeed in life, not just in politics, but in life, sir?
Well, there is no shortcuts for success, and there is no template also for a success. The only thing you need to do is keep working hard, keep trying, keep trying to learn, unlearn, relearn, and adapt. That is the only way, I think, is the way to success. The day you stop learning, the day you stop listening, I think that will be the last day of progress, whether it's in any field that you are. And my only request to the youngsters over here is, the nation has the advantage of 2 Ds right now. One is democracy and one is demography. It is our responsibility and your responsibility as well to preserve this democracy so that you reap the demography dividend that you all have right now. And I think we are poised to do that as a nation. And I would really encourage all of you over here to just safeguard these 2 things, democracy and demography. And I don't see why India will not be leading the next 50 years.
I want to ask you though, your father could not become Chief Minister of Karnataka. Is the son hoping to do what the father could not do and perhaps become the first Dalit Chief Minister of your state, or the first Chief Minister? Do you hope to become Chief Minister what your father could not achieve?
Like I said, sir, there is no shortcuts.
So you're not ruling it out?
I have, the party has given me a very specific role of ensuring that I create a great ecosystem for skilling and for employment and for investments as IT Minister. They have given me a very specific task of ensuring I do a great job in rural development and Panchayat Raj, and I think I should just focus on that right now.
Okay. So we won't put a headline. Priyank Kharge says does not rule out becoming a future Chief Minister of Karnataka. That's how fake news travels.
Either way, आपका TRP बढ़ेगा, मेरा घटेगा.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, to have a candid young minister come and speak so frankly, please give a warm welcome, give a warm thank you to Priyank Kharge. Thank you very much, Mr. Kharge, for joining us here on Mind Rocks at Presidency University. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.